everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Study with Soumya. Make sure to subscribe this channel if you haven't subscribed yet. This channel is definitely going to be very helpful for you. So make sure to subscribe, and what else you can do. So please share this channel with your friends as well so that even they can know about our channel and we can also subscribe, right? So make sure to subscribe and share the channel. Also, do join us at our Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. Also, you can join us by searching on the Telegram itself. So our channel name is Placement for English. So make sure to join the channel, right? So basically, recently we have put a poll regarding the complete roadmap to learn Python and become an expert in Python. So many of the students were demanding for the same. So that's why in this video, I will cover that. What are the steps you have to follow to become an expert in Python? How you can start your journey of learning Python from basics to advanced level. Okay. Now, why you should go with Python? Because Python is a demanding language of present and of future as well, for sure. Right? Why? Why is it so? Because of its easy to read syntax, easy to learn, and it is having lots of applications. It is not restricted to a particular domain only. You can do web development thing using Python. You can do machine learning, and it is booming a lot due to machine learning and deep learning things, right? Because deep learning and machine learning, all these things are the future. And Python is very handy when it comes to machine learning and deep learning. If you want to make desktop applications, then also you can go with Python. If you want to do some sort of gaming, then also you can go with Python. So Python is an open source language that provides lots of library which are going to help you in different domains. So you are not restricted to a particular domain only, right? So that is why many of the students, many of the professionals are working in learning in Python. So they all are trying to learn the Python. So that's why you should also go with the Python. Now here in this video, I will cover that from where to start learning Python, how to practice, how many days it is going to take you to learn the complete Python from basics to advanced concepts. What are the resources that you can follow? Okay. Well, talking about the timing, so we'll see. One thing is there. Not everyone's capability is same. Suppose the thing that I can learn in 4 hours, you can learn in 2 hours, right? Because everyone varies in terms of capability. But that is for sure that if I am giving that 4 hours, I will be better than you. Okay. So it may be a case that one is able to learn the things, to understand the things in just a short time, and another one is taking kind of greater than that. But that's not an issue. According to your capability, you have to do the thing. You don't have to be hard on yourself, right? Take your time and try to understand the things. What happened? We just understand the basic things regarding the programming language, and we think that yes, we have learned the Python. But when a new term will be introduced to you, then you will be saying that, do we have this in Python? So make sure whatever you are learning, you are giving a proper time to this, and the basics are very important. No matter which language you are going to start to learn, basics are very important. If your basics are clear, then for sure it will be easy for you to understand the advanced concepts as well. Okay, and I don't believe in memorizing the thing. That's with me, and I think that you should also believe the same, that please don't memorize, because whatever you are memorizing, you will forget after some sort of time. But if you are understanding something, that it will be there in your mind for a long time period. Okay, so understand the things, take your time, do it slowly, but with a proper understanding. Okay, so with that notice, so with that discussion, let's start that how you should cover basics to advanced level of Python. And then when it comes to different frameworks, that is for web development, machine learning, or desktop application or so what are the libraries offered by Python? So without wasting any time, let's get started. Make sure to subscribe this channel and do join us at our Telegram channel. So first, we have to cover with the basics parts. First, we will cover the basic part. So what do we have to read in basic parts? Basic arithmetical operations that we do have in Python, data types in Python, operators in Python, loops in Python, like as we have for and while. There is no concept of do while that we were having in C, C++ or so. There are only two loops, that is while and for. Okay, input and output, that is how to take input from the user, how to give the output, and type conversion things, that is how to convert one particular type to another data type, one type to another data type. So this is the basic parts that first you have to cover. Don't just directly jump to the advanced level. First cover the basic things. Slowly you can do the things, right? But consistency you have to maintain. If you have just made the decision that I have to learn Python, so make sure to be stick with that. Don't think that on the next day, just going through the basic itself, you are learning machine learning. Okay, so please don't do this. This is why students are not able to understand any of the things, because they mess up with the things. Just by giving one day to Python, they will think that like next day they can start machine learning. So that is not the case. First, you should have the complete understanding of a particular language, that is Python here. Okay, so after covering the basic parts, now see, theoretical knowledge is good, but whatever you are learning, you have to do the practical implementation as well. Suppose you learned about the arithmetical operation, you read some blogs or so. There are good blogs that you will get on the Google itself. Of course, Google is savior. Okay, so you will get lots of stuff on the Google itself. Like from Geeks for Geeks, you can take the articles, and other websites are here somewhere you can read the articles. Now you have to do the practical implementation as well. Well, for the beginner purpose, HackerRank itself has a Python tutorial which will cover all the things from basics, that is if else thing, to the advanced part, that is up to the library part. Okay, so what you can do, suppose you have learned about the data types or operators and loops or so, then just go to the HackerRank, solve the questions that are given there in the Python tutorial regarding loops, regarding input output, regarding type conversion, regarding if else concepts, so that you can get some idea that whatever you are reading, you are getting the practical scenario of that as well. Okay, so make sure to play with the things. If you will just memorize, and you are going to forget this for sure. So play with the things. Suppose you learned about input function. Okay, so now just play with the things, that how input function will work if I will give a float value. Is it going to consider value float as well, or just everything, whatever input we will give, is it going to be considered as string only? You must be knowing this, right? So if we are giving something as input in Python is always going to consider it as string, right? So input function will always consider it as string. So that's why we have to use the type conversion. And so, well, when you will read, you will get the proper understanding that what I'm trying to say. Okay, so whatever you are reading, that is what I want to say. Do the practical implementation as well. Now, what you can do, either you can install Jupyter. Jupyter Notebook is well for sure. Or if you want that, you can go with the PyCharm IDE as well, right? Because when I started with PyCharm IDE, then I shifted to the Jupyter Notebook. So it's your choice whether you can go with the, or there are other certain IDEs as well. You can go with that as well, right? So it's totally your choice. So that is the first thing, that you have to cover the basics parts. When you think that, yes, now I have the strong foundation regarding basic part, then you can go to the intermediate part. And the time that this part needed is depending on you, that how quickly you can learn the concepts. And I would suggest that do the things according to your capability. Okay, so this is the basics part. Then comes built-in data structure. That is very, very important. And I should say the life of Python is that these built-in data structures that we do have in Python. So for example, first you are learning about the string, then you have to learn the associated inbuilt functions that are associated with the string. Then we have list. So when learning list, you have to understand the inbuilt function associated with the list. For example, we have sort. Okay, we have sort, count, index. Okay, and many other functions that we can reverse, sorted, and so many functions are there that you have to go through. Then we have sets. So you have to understand it, why, which data structure is needed in which situation. So when to go with list. This is my question, when to go with list. So you have to go with list when you want a data, or when you want the data that can be changed, because list is mutable, and that can contain duplicate values, because we can have duplicate values in list, and that follow an order. So then you can go with the list. So you have to understand the things, because during the time of interviewer can ask you that which situation you will go with the list, in which situation you will go with the tuple, with sets and so. Okay, so that is the thing. Next, when you are reading about the sets, so cover the inbuilt function associated with that. So either you can just do the things practically by yourself, just playing with the things. And other thing I recommended that HackerRank itself as a Python tutorial. So here you will get lots of things to do, lots of practical implementation to do. So you can go with that. Next, you have to cover tuples and the inbuilt functions associated with it, dictionary and inbuilt function associated with it. Then comes functions in Python. Okay, so a very famous function, a one-liner function, I should say, that is lambda function in Python. Okay, so you must be aware of that, how to use lambda and in what situation we use lambda, why to use lambda, and all these things. So then you must be having the answer of each and every question and try to frame these questions by yourself. And if in the case of any doubt, then Google is your friend. You will get each and everything on the Stack Overflow itself, and so many things you will get on the Google itself, right? So that is the thing. Next, we have other function like is filter function, generators, decorators. So these are very, very important concepts in Python. Exception handling, that is very important. So whenever you are doing the code and you want to catch, you are having some sort of idea that this code can give some sort of error, then you can go with the exception handling. That then in that case, it is going to be very, very helpful and very, very handy. So that is why it is very important. Modules for sure are very, very important in Python. We have OS and certain other modules that we can use according to the requirements. Okay, so after covering built-in data structure, up to here you have covered the intermediate level of Python. Okay, basics is done, intermediate level is done. Next come OOPS in Python. That is something in advanced level and very, very important. Is you must be knowing that in Python, each and everything is considered as an object. Even if you are writing A equal to 12, so A is what here? An object. Okay, so OOPS is very, very important. So for sure, you can expect the question from OOPS itself. So you must have proper understanding about how the things are working in case of Python, as if they are different from other programming languages like C, C++, or so. So first, how to use classes, objects, methods in the classes, inheritance. These are the features of OOPS like inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, abstract classes, encapsulation. Then you must be having the idea that how Python is able to implement these features of the OOPS. How you will get to know all these things when you are practically implementing the things. So first learn the things, first read the articles, and then practically implement the things. If you are thinking that just by watching the videos, just by going through 1 to 2 articles, you are able to learn the Python, then that's not the case. You will get some sort of idea, that's for sure. But if you want to learn a Python in a very depth manner and you want to become an expert in Python, then along with watching the videos, along with reading the articles, you have to do the practical implementation as well. That is very, very important. Okay. So this is where you will cover the OOPS part. And make sure to be consistent about this. Okay, consistency is very, very important. If suppose you learned about Python just 10 days and then you drop the idea, now you are learning C++. So please don't do this. Consistency is very, very important, and this is where we lack a lot. Our mind just keep on jumping to this thing, then this thing, then this thing. So you have to be consistent. If you are learning Python, then put your focus on learning Python only. Okay, and at least give 1 hour daily. If you are not able to manage the time, so at least 1 hour you can manage. And see, time management is your problem. Everyone has the work to do, right? When you are a student, then also you have work in job, you have lots of work to do. So time management is your thing, and it is not difficult to manage the time. So this totally depends you the things that you are prioritizing at the instant. Okay, so at least 1 hour you have to give daily to the Python itself. Okay, and you can give more than that. It depends on you that in how much time you want to complete learning this language. Then next we have moving towards domain. Now comes that which domain you want to work in. You have done all the things, that is you covered basics, intermediate and advanced part, that is OOPS in Python. Now in which domain you want to work in, whether you want to go with web development, so there are associated strengths with web development, whether you want to go with desktop applications, so there are associated frameworks with desktop applications, and whether you want to go with machine learning and deep learning, so there are certain libraries that you have to cover to go with machine learning and deep learning in Python itself. Okay, so your choice. So let's discuss that what sort of frameworks do we have in Python for web development, desktop applications, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay, so for web development thing, what libraries, what frameworks you have to cover is Flask. Okay, Flask is a very famous web development framework provided by the Python itself. So we have Flask, Django. Okay, Django we have. So these are two most famous and most used frameworks for web development. Others are like you have Web2Py and CherryPy, right? But these two are very, very famous and most used nowadays. Even many companies are building their web development things using Django itself, right? So if you want to go for the web development part, then go with these frameworks. So if you want to go with the desktop application, then what is the framework provided by the Python? So here we have Tkinter, Qt, right? Kiwi. So these are the frameworks that you must be aware of if you want to go with the desktop applications. Next comes machine learning and deep learning. So for machine learning and deep learning, what libraries, what sort of things, what sort of frameworks you have to cover? So first is NumPy. For doing the statistical calculation, mathematical calculation also, it is very, very important that you should cover NumPy. NumPy, SciPy, Pandas. So Pandas is mostly used to do the operations on the data, right? Whatever data you are having. So for doing the operations, we use Pandas. Next, we have to cover is sklearn. Okay, it has all the machine learning algorithms function associated. So that is very, very important to go with sklearn. And Matplotlib. Matplotlib, this is used for visualization. For data visualization is very, very important when it comes to machine learning and deep learning to understand the flow of data, that how our data is behaving. So Matplotlib and Seaborn. Matplotlib and Seaborn. Both are for data visualization itself, right? And next, Flask and Django. They are going to be used here as well when you want to deploy your machine learning model. So then we came to when you want to deploy a machine learning model, when you want to make some sort of web app or so that you can properly present your machine learning model, then for sure that's why you have to learn the Flask and Django. Okay, and for deep learning thing, you have to be aware of Keras, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Okay, so these are the things. Now it's your choice that which domain you want to work in. So these are the frameworks that you have to go through that we just discussed. Okay, so now you must have got a proper idea that where to start, what to read first, what to cover, basics, intermediate, then advanced, and then the domain you want to work in, right? Python is famous because you can work in different domains according to your choices. And when it comes to machine learning and deep learning, so this is the future, right? And you must expect lots of jobs in the same domain in the coming future, right? So that is going to be really helpful for you. So start learning Python from today onwards. And in case of any doubt, if I missed any of the point and you are having any sort of confusion, then make sure to comment. I will definitely try to reply you back. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. If this video has helped you and gave you a proper idea of how to start Python and how to become an expert in Python, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe this channel, and do join us at our Telegram channel. And one more thing, that do share this video with your friends as well who are planning to learn Python. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye-bye.